Okay, quick machine walk round. Starting first of all at the fuel tank. Here's the sight gauge. Fuel tank filler is here. Is enough for about approximately 2 days, maybe a little bit more. Next, we'll go to the ground control. Here you have the emergency stop for the ground, and here you have the ground control key. The key are attached to a bunch of keys, which you'll get with the controller, and in here are the ground control paddles. If something should happen to someone in the basket, they take a heart attack, get hurt in any way and are unable to get themselves down, then you must use the key that comes with it, turn this to the right, hold the key and use these paddles, and the decals denote what each of the functions do. Moving to the legs. Once you get the machine in place, which we'll show you a little bit later on, you must unlatch each of the legs. First of all, pull the pin up, spin the leg round, and latch the leg and push the pin down. Make sure the pin is fully down. Let's go back a little bit, please, just to show them. And you need to do this with all 4 legs. Up. Next, I'll move on to a very important part. Here you have an arrow. And the arrow is to show when the machine is fully aligned and ready to lift the legs. How it does that is by using a beam from this section here, shining it onto a reflector here and back. If this is obstructed in any way by long grass, anything like that, then that will not work, and it's important that this is lined up, everything is fully closed. If you come round to the side here now, the basket comes off easily. There's these large caps. Screw one at this side, one at the other side, 2 men, and lift the basket straight up and down, and the basket will lift off. Be sure to put the caps back on, nip them up, they don't need to be incredibly tight. In the basket, see there's a cover over the controller here. Remove the cover. This needs to stay on overnight to keep the controller dry. And for first operation and movement, unlatch the control each side. Keys are here latched on the side of the control, and remove the control down. Now, looking at the machine from the basket, what you have is a section for putting the key in. So you'll see the ground control here. There is one large red master key, and attached on a clip are the 2 emergency keys. This key, if there is an emergency, needs to go in here. So it's important to leave this on the ground at all times. Do not take it in the basket. Leave it attached to here, ready to go. To start the machine, put the red master key into the black receptacle here, and just push it in a little bit and turn it towards you. That will switch the machine on, and that must remain on when the machine is working. Come to the control, and what you will see is a small symbol while the machine starts up, initializes, and the computer starts. Wait approximately 20 seconds till everything appears. What you see here is the stop symbol, and that's because the stop is on. To start the machine, twist that to the right and it will come up, and the stop symbol will disappear. Now, before we go ahead and start the machine, I'll show some of the symbols here. Here we have 200 kg. That means that this button here, the 200 kg button, has been pressed and there are 2 men allowed in the basket. if there are 2 men in the basket, the fly jib is blocked out. So this small, if you want to step back, this small fly jib here is not allowed with 2 men in the basket. If you want the operation of the fly jib, you must press the button, 120 kgs. A single man in the basket or under 120 kgs will allow operation of this fly jib. Moving to show you all of the control functions. You have one green button on the bottom, which is for all the functions of the ground or chassis, which means the legs and the tracks. Tracks in, tracks out, legs and tracking. If the yellow button is pressed, it is the aerial functions, and the aerial functions are the main boom, the lower one, the secondary boom, the top one, telly in and out, fly jib and slew rotate. When the button is pressed, for example the green button for the ground controls, a picture of the chassis will appear on the bottom, and the green decals on the top are what these buttons do. So in each of the case, this is the left track, and these are the 2 legs or outriggers associated with the left side of the machine. Working from the right hand side, this is the right track, and these are the 2 legs or outriggers associated with the right hand side of the machine. Here in the middle we have expand and contract tracks. That can only be done when the machine is lifted off of the ground using the legs, and I'll demonstrate that in a minute. Once all the ground functions have been done, and I'll show that operation, and the machine has been set up successfully, you can then press the yellow button. Now it will not allow us to do it at this point because the legs are not down, and it's telling me that that is not the case. The yellow functions are the controls in the basket. So I'll now go ahead and start the machine. So first of all, make sure that this button is pressed here, the 0 or the one with a picture of piston. Then you must press the heater plug, number 6, and watch the heater plug symbol. Once that is timed out, press and hold the button in the right here, which is to turn over the engine. And the engine will start up. At this point, you have the ability to select either hare, turtle or normal. So right now we have it on hare. I can select turtle mode or normal mode. For the purpose of this, I'm going to move it to hare, and we'll start moving forward. Select the green button for ground control and move forward. Turning ever so slightly. When you're in place, lift the pin for outriggers, pin outrigger, and latch that down. Latch that outrigger down. Right in the important latch down. Now, assuming that this is lined up successfully and the pins are all in, you can then go ahead and start to lower each of the legs. First of all, press the green button. Now, if there is no alignment, the picture of the square with the arrows in it will not be there. If everything is aligned and ready to go, that picture will be there of a square with 2 arrows. Green button is selected. Start to put down each of the legs until they're about 1 foot from the ground. Watch the control here. Using this one first, then the next one, you look, watch the leg please. See the leg is going down, and then working from the other side. Once all 4 legs are approximately 1 foot from the ground and you're happy with the position of them, press the auto level button, number 8. The screen will then ask auto level 3 on, 9 exit. You must press and hold the 3 button until the auto level is complete and the machine tells you on the screen, OK. At this point, control can be put into the basket. Latched in place, and you can begin operation. Once everything's in place, you will get a picture of the legs function, the legs down. That tells you that the machine has the legs down. Press the yellow button to select the aerial commands, and a picture of the aerial functions will come up. Then, first of all, move off the boom rest with the far left paddle. Then you can move with this paddle here, which is the secondary boom. The telly in and out. So towards you is out. Here we have the slew rotate for the basket only. So the basket rotate is here. And finally, we have the main slew rotate. Be aware that the main slew rotate has a large delay built into it so that you can't throw yourself out of the basket. So please do not think nothing is happening. You'll watch as I press it and movement starts approximately 10 to 12 seconds later. When you're in the basket, you may stop the machine, but only after minimum 1 hour's running in the morning. To stop the machine, use the red button and the machine will stop. Twist the stop and that will switch off the beep. Please do not stop the machine and let it sit in this condition for more than 30 or 40 minutes at one time. Otherwise the battery will go flat, and that is a chargeable item if we have to come out because the battery is flat. To restart the machine, simply press the right hand button here and the machine will start. Now, it is important that the machine is fully folded before the legs can be lifted. So we must first slew the machine into position. So if you see here, it's asking me to select something because I have not selected the yellow. So we must first select the yellow, and the picture of the aerial function comes up, and now we can slew the machine round. And I'm going in the wrong direction, so I'll move back. Once you're close to central, at this point, put all booms down and telly in, but please leave the telly function at least 6 inches from closure. And it's important when you go down that you hold it until you hear a change in the engine. Sure you're fully down. At this point, it's important to look at the arrows. As you can see, they're not quite lined up. So at this point, use the slew rotate to line the machine up. Going slightly over. Now you can see arrows are properly aligned. The boom is closed with the exception of this here, and we can remove the control from the cradle and begin to lift the legs. It is important that the legs are lifted in a cyclic fashion so as not to put all the stress on one leg at a time. Otherwise it will set a sensor off and you will be unable to continue. So first press the green button to select the ground control. Green button is selected. Now, each of these down a bit at a time. 4. Once the machine is on the ground, you may then start to lift them any way you like. At this point, all the legs are fully up. You can pull the pins and swing them back in. That is the operation of the machine.